But hey, let's take a look at what we got here in kind of 2020-2021 football season. And you had the opportunity to engage Coach Potter over the week to kind of get a feel on how they're approaching the game tonight.
Well, it's a different approach for Coach Potter this season. Jesuit program has been one of those programs that could always just reload and never really rebuild. But this year they've only have 2 returning starters on offense and 2 returning starters on defense. And those are Declan Quillen and Charlie Picard on the offensive line. It's always good if you're going to have guys return on that offensive line. And they also are playing defense along with the returning safety, Masterson. And with no camp and no real preparation or no normal preparation, Coach is looking at the season a little bit differently. He's like, right now, he's just really concerned about keeping the kids healthy, injury-wise and COVID-wise, and just, trying to do all that he can to build his program. But I do know this. There is a clock. There are referees. There is somebody keeping score. And every time there is somebody keeping score, you want to win a football game.
You do want to win like that.
Win. And he says that the keys to winning are just like normal. Limit your turnovers, know your assignments, block and tackle.
Block and tackle, exactly. Yeah, I had exchanged some emails with Coach Pine as well. Very similar story. The inability to really prepare for this has kind of changed the tone, I think. It's more about limiting the mistakes and really allowing these kids who really, until 2 weeks ago, figured their football career was over without having a season, and really putting it in front of the kids, allowing these kids to play either seniors their last 6 games, or as the upcoming juniors to get some film, because eventually they want to get some film to show colleges as they move forward. So it's really, I think, both coaches realize that the competition matters. It matters less than what we're giving the kids tonight with the ability to play.
Absolutely. And, shout out goes to the OSAA and everyone involved in allowing these teams to play, not just here, but all across the city. Football, as we know, football and all the sports are a big part of the high school experience. And to think that seniors were not going to be able to play at all during their whole senior year, that was going to be devastating for a lot of students, a lot of kids. So I shout out to those people that have helped make this thing a possibility.
I do want to warn the fans tonight, because just until 2 weeks ago, James and I didn't think we'd be doing this. We haven't had much time to research, and we should have brought aprons, because some of the last names we intend to butcher tonight on both sides of the ball. So forgive us in advance, because we'll be working through this. It's like Christmas, and we don't know what we're going to open up, right?
Absolutely. And just as we are giving the kids, the players, a little bit of leeway, yes, we do ask for some of that same leeway. If it's good, you can give me an email. If it's bad, then go ahead and call Steve.
That's fine. Just like always in the past, right?
Exactly.
The Crusaders will receive the ball. We do have Johnny Miller, number 4, back there. And there's number 20. I do not have his number on the roster, unfortunately. Maybe we can get that at some point. And kicking off looks like we'll just look at, and that is taken by number 20. Run out of bounds there, first tackle of the season. And we're underway, James.
We are, and here we go. Like we said a minute ago, dreams are coming true right here before our eyes. It's going to be interesting to see. At the end of the day, you do want to limit your mistakes and see who can pick up the tempo of the game and who can pick up the way that the referees are calling it, who can pick these things up faster, and they're probably going to be off to a good start.
Absolutely agree. Tatum Lewis under center is the quarterback, and Rams quickly penetrating, making the tackle in the backfield.
Usually in these type of situations, the defense is ahead of the offense. Offense, there's a lot more schemes. There's a lot more things to practice, and you didn't have that time to prepare. Defense is really just tackle the man with the football. And so usually in these situations, defense is ahead of the offense. We'll see how it plays out.
Look like Smith on the tackle for the Rams. Loss of a couple. Crusaders keep it on the ground, try to go over the left side. And again, that Rams defense, a host of them, able to stop the Crusaders.
Pandemic or no pandemic, meeting at the football is always a good remedy for success. And right now the Rams defensive players are having a meeting at the football place.
At the football. You know, harkening back to 2019, Jesuit really owned the line of scrimmage in that contest, really running on the ground at will. This time back to pass. Has a receiver in the flat, enough for a first down and out of bounds. Looks like that receiver was number 11, Darius Mims. So Tatum Lewis to Mims, and enough for the Crusaders' first down. They bring the ball all the way out to the 45-yard line. Clutch third down play.
That was a very crisp route that was ran.
Get another handoff over the right side. Nice gain there for the Rams, number 20, for the Crusaders, number 20, pickup of about 5. I was watching Lewis in warm-ups, and he throws darts. He's got a great arm. Looks like a penalty on the play against the Crusaders, and that'll back them up.
Well, as you can see, this game has a lot of intensity. You know, people are always concerned about how's the game going to flow with no fans, and there are, when I say 0 fans, there are 0 fans here. But the game is a game, and competitors compete, and so now here they are going heads up, and they throw all that other stuff out of the window.
Absolutely. And the affirmation of pass play, trying to get a route down the sidelines, throws it out of bounds. Nothing there, well covered there. It's like the Ram in the coverage, number 34, Salon Sanders. So Sanders able to run with that receiver.
You know what, Steve? I learned a lot during this pandemic. One of the things that I learned is that I need glasses. so I'm not going to be able to help you a lot with these numbers and names here.
Lewis trying to drop back to pass. Rams rush, nothing there. And he'll be dropped for a loss. Bringing up 3rd and long. It looks like the defense kind of flushed that out, and Lewis decided to hold on to that.
You know, when you think about Central Catholic over the last some odd years, one name continues to ring bells, and that's Winston. The
Winston that on the
family.
roster.
Yes, there's another Winston out here today, Imarion. He looks like another big-time recruit, has signed a letter of intent to Oregon, and right there you can see the type of impact that he can make on a defense.
The shotgun is Lewis. Rams rushing 4. Lewis with good time. Gets flushed out of the pocket. Oh, and takes a big hit. Not enough for the first down. But that was quite a wallop there. That was Jacob Smith coming in, and it doesn't look like it's the first game for him on that hit.
No, he came in, coming in hot, as they say, you know, and Lewis was spinning, just trying to do what he could do to make something out of nothing, and he spun himself right into a big hit.
So 4th and 6, the ball's about the 49-yard line. Jesuit's going to go for it.
This doesn't surprise me at all. You're going to see a lot of them go for it on 4th down. I would anticipate.
A little timeout there. The Crusaders are going to think about that before they run the play. So you mentioned kind of the roster and what that looks like for the Crusaders. Now the Rams have 9 seniors coming back, 2 of which are kicking, special teams. And then, you know, out of 43 players, only 9 seniors. So a bit of a young team, but still 22 juniors. What's interesting about, you know, the Jesuit group, you know, I was making notes here. 23 seniors, 15 juniors, and only 6 underclassmen. So there's some experience there, even though not returning.
Right. And one thing about programs like these, you're not just building a good team. You're building a program. And so these guys have been a part of the program, and they understand how things go in both of these historic programs.
4th down, Lewis Lowen to his left. Has a receiver. Not much there, and a Rams defense hold on 4th down, and the Crusaders give it up on downs.
Great defensive play right there. That coming out of the timeout, basically a sprint option by the quarterback. And once again, the Ram defense stood up.
A little discussion on the sidelines. I want to give credit. I think it was Koenig who pushed that receiver out of bounds. Looks like they're talking about a flag on the play. So after the play, an unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Rams. So while they will get the ball, they'll start 15 yards back.
You know what that is? That's just that excitement. I mean, they haven't played since 2019. Yeah, so a big stop, big 4th down stop. And they're excited.
They are excited. So now we get to see what the Rams can do on the offensive line. Granted, probably with lack of practice, offense is the most difficult to execute. Defense is tackling, right?
Absolutely.
But offense takes a bit more coordination. So the quarterback for the Rams is number 12, Strider Todd's Field. Or excuse me, Luke Johnson.
I'm interested in seeing Luke this year,
Johnson, little read option and keeps it.
He's 6'7" tall, Steve.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good view of the field.
Right.
Probably as good as ours from up here.
Absolutely. And we've been watching him get some snaps here and there over the last couple of years, and now it's his time to shine, and I'm expecting big things from Luke.
He's got Luke, with Luke in the backfield is number 7, Zach Grisham. Ooh, pass into double coverage, but a flag comes out. So Johnson trying to split the defense.
A little pass interference. Got there just a little bit too early.
So that'll give them the 1st down. All the way down to the Jesuit 34. Another flag comes out. The Rams able to draw them off sides, it appears. Luke Johnson with the hard count.
It looks like the Rams are pointing at the Crusaders. The Crusaders are pointing at the Rams.
I guess the officials will determine
who wins the pointing contest.
Yeah.
Looks like the Crusaders won the pointing contest right there. But one of the things that we didn't talk about is like the players haven't had camps. The coaches haven't had a lot of opportunities to be with their players. These referees haven't refereed football games in a while either. So I would anticipate probably a few more flags than we normally would see.
Right. Deep pass, kind of a little comeback route.
That was good defense right there. It was that Darius Mims out there on an island by himself. It's tough to guard one-on-one. Big receiver, but he played the ball pretty well and no contact to speak of. Turned it into a great play. Second and long. I'm interested to see what type of plays you have for second and long here. Yeah, that looks like just the regular inside handoff to Zach Grisham. You know, Steve, sometimes you just have to run plays and just get positive yards, you know, and so now the third and 12 looks a little bit different than 3rd and 16.
So, James, I know we've been doing a fantastic job, but no one's hearing us. Apparently the audio isn't working. But we'll just keep going.
We'll just keep going.
Yep.
Maybe somebody out there is hearing us. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Pass well short, intercepted. Just something off of that ball. Flag comes out.
This is Mason Masterson.
Masterson, you mentioned him earlier.
Yes. Again, Masterson is one of the few returning starters from the Jesuit Crusaders playing a key position, and that's that safety position. As you see him right there, he's able to read the quarterback's eyes, make a nice interception, and an even nicer return.
So, yeah, the interception will stand, James, but the penalty will bring it back a little bit. Nice return there by Masterson, and you called his name early, and I hope we don't have to hear his name much more often if he's going to make great plays like that. Not going to work in our favor.
No, it's not. But that block in the back, again, you just get kids that are just excited. Your teammate got an interception. When we were coaching football, we would tell our team to yell hot dog.
What?
You got an interception, you yell hot dog. That's the cue to let everybody on your team know, hey, let's start blocking. Let's try to get this ball to the house. And sometimes guys that play defense don't really understand the techniques of offense, and so they block in the back, they hold, they kick, they scratch.
They're trying, though.
They're trying.
They're trying. Lewis under center, handoff up the middle. Nice gain, nice pickup there by the Crusaders, about 7 yards.
And, Steve, you referred to the last time that these two teams played, and Jesuit won that matchup, and that was basically due to a ground game.
Absolutely.
And I think that I know that coaches have long memories, and so I'm sure the Rams are keying on that run.
Handoff to Staley up the middle. The Rams a little bit stiffer there. May have prevented them from getting to the line to gain. So that'll bring up 3rd and short. I don't know if it's something up here or. But we'll just carry on there, James. Like nothing ever happened. We'll live in our own world like we do 7 days a week.
Absolutely. Maybe, just something to happen.
And off of the left side, Rams with some penetration, but the spin move got the Rams the first down, or the Crusaders the first down. Again, number 20 there on the carry.
I'm staring at this board as if I know what I'm doing.
Right. But you look good. I mean, you look.
That's what it's all about. If somebody walked in, they would think that I was really a technician.
And then they're going to ask you questions. So Crusaders with the first down. Lewis under center. Lewis to pass. Over the middle, deep. Oh, almost a fantastic haul in there. What a great grab by that receiver. Looks like number 9. Juggling catch. Cade Hindreth gets the Crusaders all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Great concentration, and the defense, sometimes good defense does not always result in a good outcome.
Yeah, and really in his back pocket and still able to hold that in.
Total concentration.
Yeah, and keeping it on the ground up the middle, number 20, pick up about 3. One thing about having no fans, you can hear through the ambient microphone a lot of what's going on the field. Second and 7 for the Crusaders. Ball at the 27-yard line. Lewis pass out to the flat. Good coverage there by the Rams. Nearly intercepted. Oh, good defense there as Strider Todd Fields came up to make the hit and probably was kind of wondering, do I try to jump the route or I try to knock the ball down?
Well, if you ask me, you try to jump the route.
That was a pick six if he did.
Absolutely. You know, quick story time with Broadus. I scored my only touchdown in high school on a play similar to that. We had film session. We saw Roosevelt. They love to throw this little swing pass. I jumped the route, took it back for 6.
Nice.
Highlight of my high school football career.
That's great. That's great. Now, you didn't have face masks then, but the helmets were hard, I think. Lewis handoff over the right side. On the ground. Really not much there. Rams really good in wrapping him up. For the Rams, that was Winston closing the deal on that tackle. So that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 7. Obviously short field for the Crusaders.
I just got a text from, and they were saying that they have no sound. They can't hear any.
Yeah, I know, but we were sounding really good.
Yeah,
so,
we were.
yeah.
This is one of our best first games.
Absolutely. 4th and 7.
And who knows when it's going to turn on, so.
Right, exactly, so we'll keep going. And flag on the play. Could be a delay game, and it is. So, and that's kind of that preseason, a little bit rusty. Getting that call play in and having that execution that would lead to that.
That's exactly what that is. It's 4th and 6. You're trying to decide if you want to go forward, you want to kick the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of indecisiveness. And the clock keeps ticking. The clock isn't waiting for you to make up your mind. That looks like little cousin Miles Broadus entering the game.
All right. What number is that again?
24.
All right, we'll keep an eye on 24. So now 4th and 12 for the Crusaders. Lewis under center. Play action. Going to his right. Has a receiver, hits him, but not enough. The ball comes out. Not enough for a first down, not even close, as Jack Benison comes in and puts him. So the Rams will take over on downs.
That's one of those plays right there that has to fool every member on the defense to be able to pick up enough for the first down. It's basically a swing pass or a little out pass to your fullback. But if everyone is not fooled, that guy's not going to get 12 yards on his own. And fortunately for the Rams, they were not fooled.
Yeah, everyone kind of maintaining the discipline on assignments there.
That's something that Coach Pine will be excited about. Maintaining your defensive assignments during this time of the game, at this time of the season.
Play action pass across the middle. Ball was there. The ball was certainly there. Intended for Riley Williams. I don't know why Williams is so hard to say. Riley Williams. So good ball by Johnson. Yeah, I know. They're working on it. Thanks, Monsignor.
Jordan King, the big-time athlete, big-time receiver here for the Rams. I'm waiting to see him get involved. I can't imagine it not being very
Johnson
long.
play action. Big rush. Takes a hit, but delivers the pass, and that's to Jordan King. How about Johnson? Big rushers coming at him and able to get that off.
You know, that's the first sign of a quarterback with good possibilities, or a good quarterback. Can you stand in there and take the hit? You know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stand in there and deliver the ball, and he did it. Delivered it right on his hands.
Right on his hands. So enough for first down by Jordan King. Rams a little bit of confusion on the substitutions there. Zach Grisham coming in. We 1st and 10 for the Rams. They probably need to get this playoff, and they do. Grisham up the middle. Good penetration there by the Crusaders. Not much doing there for the Rams on that carry. Looks like that was number 85, Ben Lewis for Jesuit. Johnson still looking at the sidelines.
Johnson is split out as a wideout.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I didn't see that. I'm glad somebody's paying attention. That's Riley Williams in the quarterback spot.
He's another tall drink of water. He so it's easily to mistake him for Luke Johnson.
Right. Thanks for bailing me out.
I'm glad no one was listening.
One of those wildcat formations and just snap it, catch it, and run.
Yeah, a lot of moving around. I mean, you can tell there's a little bit of confusion on the sets. Now, who would have thought, James, with 123 in the first quarter, that neither of these powerhouses have scored yet?
We would have.
Yeah, we
said that earlier. You know, again.
I know. I didn't want to act like we knew it all, but now that you mention it,
defense is going to be ahead of the game offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams at some point just to try to take some shot plays. You know, just throw the ball down the field. You have a great receiver in Jordan King, another tall receiver in Ricky Williams.
Williams, yeah. They did do that last time,
Riley.
and I think it ended up in a interception.
Good point.
But I think the ball slipped. There was clearly, the pass was, he missed the receiver pretty bad. So it slipped out of his hands.
Right. And that was pretty much his first downfield pass since 2019, and that when he was backing up.
Yeah, right.
So I'm sure coaches haven't lost any confidence in him. And again, when you have these type of weapons, I think you'll try it again pretty soon.
Right. Ellis Bynum in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson will pass. We'll poster out. Nice catch. That's Koenig on the catch. And they move the chains.
That was a nice pitch and catch right there. I mean, Johnson put that ball right between his numbers, and all Koenig had to do was just squeeze it. I like how Coach Pine gets a lot of people involved. He just converted a first down, and now he's got 3 new receivers, a new running back, all in this next series of downs. He's letting his guys play.
And he does run it over the right side. So that was number 20 there. Was that Bynum? Number 8 for Jesuit came up. Tyree Blake, nice hit coming in the linebacker position. So 2nd and 12. Jesuit coming up the gap, faking blitz or threatening blitz. And they come with it up the middle. Nice little slant route there. And it's caught. It's going to be short of the first down. That was Malik Rose on the catch.
You know, right there you talked about the defense showing blitz, getting out of it. In the olden days, those defensive schemes used to work a lot because now you would make the young quarterback read the defense. But now as teams get to the line of scrimmage real fast, the defense is being read by the coach. Mm-hmm. So the offense gets up to the line of scrimmage, the defense reads the play, calls it in, switches it or whatever. So now you're going to have to fool the coach versus fooling your quarterback.
That's a great call out there. Speaking of call outs, it's 1 quarter in the books, 0-0. What have we had? We've had 2 turnovers on downs, the Rams defense, 1 interception by Masterson for the Crusaders. And other than that, it's been a bit of a kind of a ping pong game with really no one able to put anything on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. Where's Chuck with those stats, because there's not very many stats to.
Right.
So Chuck might be asleep right now.
He might be asleep. Unfortunately, he's not able to hear us, that we're teasing him. But we'll get him later once we get this audio taken care of.
Absolutely.
Laura just came in. She said something, but I have no idea what she said. So we got headphones on. Oh, okay. So now we can hear. Okay, so I think we're on the air now, James.
Well, all right.
Oh, that is good. That is good. So, some of our best work was done in the first quarter, and apparently you couldn't hear it. But we were starting the second quarter, and a pass by Luke Johnson is complete over the middle. And that's as deep as the Rams have gotten into Jesuit territory all night long.
Young Miles right there. Miles brought us with the reception. And once again, Luke Johnson stood in the pocket and took a hit and delivered a strike.
Broadus, right? Johnson, handoff up the middle. Spin move there, and picking up some yards is Zach Grisham, and he'll pick up about 6 yards on the carry.
Luke is walking a little gingerly, it looks like.
Right. Well, we mentioned Luke's size. You call him a tall drink of water. 6'7", 190 pounds. But has some speed. He showed some speed earlier in the game on kind of that read option. So to bring up second down and about 5 for the Rams. Again, looking for the pass. A little high on the throw there. Overshot his intended receiver.
Yeah, and right there, once again, right in his face. Luke, I think he had to hurry that because the pressure had got to him so fast. And, when you're 6'7" and you're throwing to receivers that aren't 6'7", you have a tendency to overthrow when the pressure is on you that fast.
And King had a little bit of space between his defender. So third down and 5. Ball's at about the 11-yard line. Come with the blitz. And there it is, the other side. Nice look off by Johnson. Pass caught by Jordan King, and the Rams put the first points on the board with 10:36 left in the second quarter. So nice little look off there. Did you see his look off?
Absolutely. And that's the type of thing. Those are the type of things that veteran quarterbacks do. Those are the type of moves made by veteran quarterbacks. But if you recognize, all they did was bring Jordan King over to this side of the field, create another mismatch for him, and throw the ball to him, get him in there for 6.
Sappington in for the Rams for the extra point. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So the Rams go up 7-0 with 10:36 in the second quarter. I want to welcome all of the Central Catholic and Jesuit fans. Apparently over the course of the first quarter, you weren't able to hear James and I. And, depending on what you think, that might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing. But nonetheless, we welcome you to the opening of the football season happening in spring. And we were talking earlier when the broadcast started, what a nice treat it is to get these kids back onto the field, these student athletes, to kind of show their skills, albeit, for a short season. It's still quite a treat.
Absolutely. There's a lot of kids. These guys have been working hard. And when you playing varsity football, especially like as a senior, you've been putting in years and years and hours on your craft. And to think that your season would have been stripped completely away from you, that would have been devastating. So shout out to all those that helped put this thing together and giving these students an opportunity to play.
Some stats created by Chuck Blickel of Central Catholic. On the ground, Central Catholic 22 yards on 5 carries. Let's see, the leading rusher for the Rams was Grisham with 3 carries for 20 yards. Passing 27 yards, 3 for 7 was Johnson. 2 penalties against the Rams for a total of 20 yards. For the Crusaders, 31 yards on 10 carries. Passing 55 yards, 4 of 7 for Lewis. And again, actually 2 penalties for 20 yards against the Crusaders. Deep kick. And that will go as a touchback. Nice kick there. So Rinkin trying to haul that in, but it was deep.
Looks like the kicker was able to work on his game during this pandemic. You see that nice extra point, went 15 yards deep into the stands, and then this kickoff into the end zone. One guy was still out there getting his work in during this pandemic.
I think that was Sappington on the kick, if I'm not mistaken. I was looking down at the stats, so my apologies if I did not get that correct. James and I also talked about, we haven't really had the opportunity to brush up on these teams. 2 weeks ago, there was the opportunity to find out that we might be playing. And so we apologize in advance to the fans out there, especially the parents and relatives of the players that we unintentionally butchered their names. Run up the middle. Flag comes out. I don't think he ever went down. So we'll see what the call is.
I would imagine it's holding. There's going to be a lot of holding penalties and offsides penalties tonight. Again, kids, some of this is going to be fatigue. And when you just get fatigued and you haven't had the same type of work in the summer that you're accustomed to, you start doing things to try to make your routes easier. And holding is one of them.
Yeah, good call, James. So that'll back up the Crusaders down to the 12-yard line. Rams defense has been particularly well tonight. 2 turnovers on downs.
Well, we mentioned it earlier that the Rams are going to be locked in to stop this run, because the run of the Crusaders has been the Achilles heel for the Rams over the last few times that they played them.
Right. Lewis rolling to the right as a receiver, but really broken up there. Nice defensive play by Strider Todd Fields.
You can see what the Crusaders, sort of their offensive, their passing game plan, at least, is to move the pocket for Tatum Lewis, give him some opportunities to see, to create some passing lanes, and to try to, I would imagine, also in some way, shape, or form, get away from Marion Winston, who is going to be coming after that quarterback.
Yeah, everyone's going to put a helmet on him or 2 just to slow him down. Again, second and about 20 for the Crusaders. Handoff up the middle. Pops it outside is number 20. And run out of bounds. Looks like Zach Grisham pushing him out of bounds. Going to bring up 3rd and long for the Crusaders.
Over the years, we've talked about it. The Crusaders' run game has been their bread and butter. And when you have a run game like this, getting yourself into 3rd and long does not really bode well, because you're accustomed to running, and now you're going to have to do something that you pretty much is second fiddle, and that's throwing the ball and trying to pick up 13 yards. So we'll see if the Rams can put some pressure on him and make Lewis a little bit more uncomfortable in this situation.
Right. We really haven't seen Lewis stretch the field yet in the first half. Play action. Big rush. He dodges it. Nice move. Gets it away. And that's intercepted. Looks like Grisham there on the interception. And the Rams will have the ball right about the 20-yard line. That was basically a rush that created that interception. That was a great rush there.
Absolutely great rush. And although he didn't get the sack, he made the quarterback uncomfortable. He had to move to get away from the rush. And doing that, he wasn't able to set his feet. And, the Grisham gets the interception, and his name will be in the paper and all that. But sometimes, as you can see, that play was made by the young man getting into the backfield.
I think that was Jacob Smith. I think based on the reaction on the sidelines, getting some credit for that. Luke Johnson. Back with Bynum, it looks like. And it's Bynum over no, it's a play action pass. And it falls incomplete. Johnson won an interception intended for Xavier Simpson. Or not an interception, wanted a penalty. But no flag.
That looks like that same route that was ran a few downs ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went back to Jordan King one more time, and he was able to turn that one into 6. When you have a receiver like King, you just keep going at him. Keep going to him, and eventually he's going to win his battle.
And with the 6'7" quarterback in Johnson, I mean, he's got a great view of the field. Again, no pressure. Over here to Bynum at the bottom of your screen. Bynum with a good move. It slips and goes down after a gain of about 7. It'll be third down. We'll call it third down and 4.
Yeah, Bynum was able to make the first guy miss. But the Crusaders, you know, there are some drills that you were able to do during the pandemic, and the pursuit drill is one of those. And they all pursued in. And Bynum had no choice but to sort of make a self-preservation move, get down.
Deep down. Good protection on that play by the front line of the Rams. Giving Johnson some time so Bynum could slip out. Third down, play action. Johnson will keep it deep in the end zone. Has a man open, hauls it in. Touchdown, Rams. And we get the binoculars there. Give credit where credit is due. That was Johnson to Xavier Simpson deep in the end zone. And somewhat of a spectacular catch to haul that in, James.
Yeah, you know, you got to catch the ball and then keep your feet in bounds. Then he fell to the ground, and you still got to hold possession of the ball. It's a nice play back there. And another good read. And you know, you mentioned it, Luke Johnson has a good, being 6'7", he has a good view of the field. And right there, he was able to see over the top of the defense, throw a strike to Simpson.
So Monaghan in for the extra point, and he nails it. So the Rams 14-0 against their rivals, the Jesuit Crusaders. And, you know, when we opened the show, we talked a little bit about the approaches of the coaches coming into the game. Obviously, it's spring football, not a lot of preparation time because, you know, they didn't know when they'd be able to take the field. But the common thread between Coach Pine and Potter was, you know, expectations are, you know, they're measured. I mean, they understand what they're getting into. They understand that they haven't had a lot of reps. And so it's more about the kids having the opportunity to play than I think it is about kind of the winning. And I know that's difficult to say with these two coaches, right?
Right.
A little bit tongue-in-cheek, but they really want the kids to have the experience, gain the experience for the seniors as they're going out, but more so the underclassmen get some film and get that experience in preparation for next year. So I think their expectations are measured and well placed.
Absolutely. And these are two great coaches, you know, and I don't know if I would feel the same about every coach saying that, but these coaches who have had winning seasons year after year after year, state championships, that is definitely a true approach that they are taking. That's not just some fluff that you say right now. They're building programs.
Another deep kick, and that's a touchback there. Wow, 2 booming kicks after the touchdowns going back into the end zone, and that looks like Sappington on the kick there. So special teams, hey, not bad either on that. No return for the Crusaders. So 8:59 left in the half. We got the Rams up 14-0, but as we've seen in many games past, that means nothing against a talented team like the Crusaders.
That's true. And, you know, let me go back to this kickoff. These are the small things in the game that help you win games. Being able to kick the ball into the end zone, not giving the Crusaders an opportunity to run back. And a lot of us who know high school football know that kickoff return is a big part of your offense. And right now they're having to start every drive on the 20.
Lewis under center. Looks like Staley in the fullback position. They hand it off to the tailback over the right side. Big hole and a first down for the Crusaders. Yeah, you're right. It is about those little things. You got talented individuals back there to receive the ball on purpose. And when you can take them off the field with a long kick, that's a win.
And sometimes as a coach, you put in some players that may not play a lot on your kickoff defense. And so you get those guys playing against, trying to tackle a guy who is a big-time mover and shaker.
Yeah.
Sometimes it turns into big plays for the return team.
So it looks like they spotted the ball just short of a first down. They have to get to the 30 for a first down. Opportunity to maybe open up the playbook a little bit here. But they know they run over to the left side. Great penetration by the Rams, but the tailback able to get the corner and get a nice gain there as well. Again, number 20, we do not have him on the roster, which is unfortunate. He's getting a lot of reps tonight. And enough for the first down as they spot the ball at the 37 with 8:09 left to play.
You know, one of the things you've taught me here is, like you said, give credit where credit is due. And we missed a play. I just wanted to call out big number 67, Mael Jones. He just pursued the running back like 8 yards down the field. We're talking about getting on film. That's the type of stuff that'll get you watched.
Absolutely. Lewis with the pump fake going deep. Oh, and nearly hauled in. The ball was thrown a little bit short. And so the receiver, looks like Rinkin had to come back for it and gave the Ram defender an opportunity to break that up.
Yes, that's Todd Fields on the coverage back there, and he played the ball. And sometimes, you know, the coaches would tell you don't play the ball, but that time he played the ball and was able to get that ball, wrestle it away from Rinkin.
So stretching the field a little bit on that play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Rams back in the box and a handoff up the middle. Nice hole there despite the defense, you know, basically packing the box. So nice gain of about 5. So bringing up 3rd down for the Crusaders.
Once again, that's Mael Jones on the tackle. 6'5", 320 listed. I think he's going to have a future playing football.
You think? Yeah.
Looks like a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, you can pretty much tell I haven't worked a season for a while because I gave him 5 yards. It was only about 3. So I'll get better at this, James, I promise.
Well, you're like 60 years old. I don't know if your math is going to get much better.
Yeah, that's true. Big rush there by the Rams. Lewis able to shake it and throws it on a kind of a comeback, but well short. Again, that Rams rush creating havoc for Lewis back there.
No matter what offense you have, no matter what type of quarterback you have, as they say, pressure busts pipes. And if you can get pressure on the quarterback, then that's going to disrupt any offensive play that you have.
Absolutely.
And that receiver was wide open on the backside, but there's no way he could throw it all the way across his body with that type of pressure.
So it brings up 4th down. Xavier Simpson back for the Rams.
He's electrifying. If he can get the ball here.
Short punt. You're yelling Peter right about now.
Peter, yes.
And very short punt.
Oh, look at Xavier Simpson. He ran in there, scooped that ball up, and was trying to move the crowd right there. he is not happy unless he can move that football.
So the Rams, I mean, not bad field position. 7 minutes, so plenty of time on the clock for them to do something here on offense. And I think, I don't know if Chuck kept track of run and pass plays, but the Rams calling it pretty even as far as run and pass.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams tried to, again, another shot play down the field.
Stretch it a bit there.
Stretch it a bit. Again, you get one-on-one with Jordan King on the wide side.
But Jesuit fake the blitz and come back. Ooh, boy, there we go. That flag. I mean, he was covering him like a blanket.
Like a blanket.
Like a blanket. So the flag comes out. The Rams will get the benefit of the penalty that pass intended for. Looks like Will Koenig.
You know, some penalties, as a coach, you say that you don't want penalties. You know, you got to limit penalties. But I can tell you right now, if he doesn't make that penalty, Koenig catches that ball, and he's got a lot of room.
A lot of room.
And it looks like it would have been 6.
Good ball by Johnson.
Johnson is looking good. I'm impressed with what I see. Again, you can see that he's limping around a little bit, but he's a competitor. A little hobbled. It looks like he has good command of the offense.
Yeah, he is sticking it in, or sticking to it there. Coming in the backfield now is that Grisham to flank Johnson. Again, good protection. And I think the receiver had a hard time getting there, a little bit behind the play, I think, and that was Riley Williams. Williams will come off the sidelines and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. for the Rams.
I see Coach Pine is really invested in Luke Johnson as a thrower. He's been throwing that ball. I know you said that the numbers may be real similar, but I'm pretty sure that they do favor the pass a little bit more than the run. And
yeah, certainly on this drive. Grisham again with Johnson in the backfield. Rams attack the line, the Crusaders attack the line and been bounced back. Nothing doing there. Good defense there. I'll say 79. I think it was number 79. Quillen on that tackle. So 2nd and 12 for the Rams.
Declan Quillen, one of the returning starters from the Rams season, from the Crusaders season last year. But sometimes you just have to run the ball, set up the play action.
Again, the linebackers drop back. They do a little screen pass out to the flat. Big running room there. Nice pickup. Nice pickup there. Again, Grisham on the play. All the way down to the 30-yard line.
Nice little run. That nice little pitch and catch right there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the plays that the quarterback you love. You throw the ball 2 yards, the receiver runs 16 yards. You get in the stat book a 16-yard pass completion.
Frustrating for the defensive linemen who think they've shed their blocker.
Right.
Just to realize they got played. Yeah. Bynum now with Johnson in the backfield. Oh, nice little post route.
Nice.
And that's Malik Rose bringing the ball down to the 14-yard line.
Put the defender in the spin cycle right there. I can tell you what I'm seeing from Coach Pine. I think he realizes that it's easier to pass when you haven't had a lot of time to practice and run blocking. There's a lot of schemes in run blocking.
Right.
You know, there's some pulling, there's some come over here, come over there, all that type of stuff that happens in the run blocking. But in the pass protection, it's just block the guy in front of you and let the quarterback get rid of the ball.
Yeah, right.
And you see a lot of quick passes, little short routes, just enough to get the ball out of his hand. And until you can work more on your running game, I think the passing game is usually a little bit ahead of the running.
Yeah, we had while we were talking, the ball got moved the wrong direction on us. I'm assuming there was a penalty bringing that back. Looks like probably a holding call based on where they spotted it.
Yeah, it was. My bad.
So 1st and quite a ways there for Johnson and the Rams. Again, back to pass. Kind of miscue there as the receiver went in and Johnson threw it out.
The ins and outs.
The ins and outs of it. I think Malik Rose he's pointing to himself like, yeah, that might have been me. So,
you know, and that's a sign, number one, of a leader, but that's also the sign of a good receiver. Yeah, it's my bad. You don't ever want to blame the quarterback. You might not see the ball anymore. My fault.
You got to play politics out there a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
Handoff, a little play action pass, and that's caught. They're going back to Malik Rose on that. Michael Rinkin is number 20. I don't know who sent this to Chuck. Looks like Laura. So Michael Rinkin.
So he was number 18 in the book, but he's number 20 in actuality.
All right, Michael. Thank you, Michael Rinkin.
I tell you, that Chuck, he gets anything that we need.
He's great. I wonder if we can order a pizza or anything. Johnson again. Oh, out to the flat here. Wide open receivers. Grisham. Oh, he's going to be close to a first down, and based on the spot, yeah, he's inside the 20. And big clutch play on 3rd down for the Rams, and they'll move the chains and they'll keep this drive alive. So after that big penalty, nice recovery for the Rams.
Indeed, another big play by Grisham. Catch the ball, get the ball to him in space, and let him use his athleticism. Let him use his speed. Beat guys to the chains.
Right.
Move them.
I tell you, it's springtime here, but it's feels a little bit fallish. A lot of jackets, a lot of beanies out there. Not exactly spring football. Little play action. Johnson going to the corner. Nice adjustment there. And hits Jordan King for 6. How about Jordan King with the adjustment, able to get his head around?
That's a spectacular play. That's one of those plays that is not going to get enough credit. That's a spectacular play. We're talking about high schoolers being able to adjust to the ball in midair, catch the ball with the defender swiping at the ball in his face. That's a big-time play, big-time throw as well.
Absolutely. Reminiscent of Starr, right? Able to make those big catches in 19.
Silas Starr.
And the kick is up, and it's good. Looks like that was Sappington on the PAT, and Rams go up 21-0.
That was an impressive drive. And like you mentioned a little bit ago, there was a penalty, took them back 10 yards, and they made that up pretty quickly and went on in to score, pick up another touchdown before this half. That's a big-time drive. Right there.
Big-time adjustment. So, you never can count Jesuit out, and I never would. Down 21-0, talented program. I don't expect they're going to go away, and so I think that, Pine knows that. So you got to keep the pedal down and try to create some more distance against a very good team, a very good program.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And as I think back to the conversation I had with Coach Potter, one of the things that he mentioned was, can we make adjustments? Are you able to pick up your assignments, take care of the ball, and make adjustments? And right now they're going to have to go into this locker room at halftime and make some adjustments, come back out and put your best foot forward.
It's like Rankin back along with number 4 for the Crusaders, Johnny Miller. Deep kick. Looks like Miller will catch it in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback again. So just some booming kicks. Not really giving Jesuit any opportunity on special teams. That was Sappington kind of kicking it out of the ballpark there. So the Crusaders will start their drive once again at the 20-yard line. So now you probably need to adjust at this point, James. Maybe try to open the playbook up a little bit. No, but, or you can just run it straight up the middle, which would work too. And in fact, in 2019, in that game we played here, that's pretty much all they needed to do. We were pretty much incapable of stopping their runs that day.
Well, if you want to be successful, you still have to do what you do. You just have to do what you do better. And the Rams, we know they like to run the ball, and they will run up the middle, as you have noted.
Yep. Pick up a 5 right there. Handoff over the right side. Oh. Stopped after a gain of about 4. And looks like Johnny Miller was the ball carrier there.
3rd and short right here. This is one of those times as a defense you're telling your guys, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Yeah, right.
On offense, you're considering doing a long count, a hard count, or something to try to get the cheap first down. And again, in a game like this where players have not had a lot of practice, it wouldn't be a bad idea. But the Rams, they look like they are disciplined, and they are completely focused today.
So the Crusaders will, looks like they'll take a timeout. 1:57 remains in the half. And it looks like that's their second one of the half. So Opportunity for them to regroup over there. Really, going to try to get some points on the board, get something out of this half. I mean, kind of goes without saying, had to be Captain Obvious, but.
I'm looking out here, and, we're playing in different times, and you see everyone with masks on and staying safe. The referee, he has a full face mask on. I can't tell.
That begs the question, does it impair the vision? I think he probably has, the ability to see. So.
I'm not so sure.
Actually, credit to the officials. I mean, calling it pretty good, pretty tight, and considering it's kind of their first game too. So the Crusaders regroup. Miller in the backfield, along with the fullback, Staley. Oh, and the Rams, great penetration there and stopped them short. Who was that coming through? That was Jack Brown. Jack Brown. And the Rams taking the opportunity to call timeout. And I got to tell you, I mean, that's a kind of a generous spot for the Crusaders. I thought they got a little bit deeper in the backfield.
Man, Jack Brown came in there like his hair was on fire. Is it a timeout? Okay. That was a big time stop.
Yeah, it was.
3rd and less than 1. And it is now 4th and less than 1.
And the Rams talking it over how to approach this. I mean, you might as well I'm not going to speculate. You know what? I'm just going to let the coaches do this, right?
Let them do what they do. But I would anticipate them going for it. You're down 21. The Rams are rolling right now. You need a spark. But I tell you what, don't try that play again. Where's Jack Brown? They better keep an eye on Jack Brown.
Somebody shot the gap. All right, so.
Quick snap.
Lewis Staley. Oops. And it looks like quarterback sneak got it.
Yeah, you can tell he came out there lining up immediately for that quick snap.
So clock stop as they move the chains with 1:49 left. Okay, so another clarification. It's Michael Rinkin.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, yep.
Wearing number
20.
And number 18 is?
I think we said Matthew. I'm going to go with Rinkin. I think we'll narrow that down. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. We'll pass out to the flat. One-on-one is number 11, and that's Darius Mims, and good coverage there by the Rams.
That's Zach Grisham. He's all over the place today.
Yeah, for a short gain of 2. Clock's running. Did not make it out of bounds.
But what I'm seeing in Zach is a guy who's been waiting to play this football game for a long time. He is not wasting any time. He's going to make the most out of every moment. He's everywhere defensively. He's making big plays offensively.
Well, not under center at this point. Lewis on the pass to the left side. Good coverage there, but actually hauled in. Good catch by number 43 for the Crusaders, and that's it's like Spencer McKelligan. Not enough for a first down to bring up 3rd down with 29 seconds left. They place the ball at about the 36.
You know, as a receiver, when they throw you the ball, your instincts is to catch the ball. That right there would have been one of those plays that would have been better served if you didn't catch it. You gained 2 yards. Your team has to waste a timeout. You know, and in high school, nobody's really going to recognize it that fast. But that's just unfortunate for the Crusaders. You pick up 2 yards, use your last timeout.
Right. Yeah, now they got to put something, you know, they got to get that first down, stop the clock, and then have a couple a couple pre-called.
I would not be surprised if we see blitz.
Yeah, try to shake it up, create a mistake.
Yes.
Good call. Rams have been pretty successful in penetration, really put a lot of pressure on Lewis in the first half. They come with the blitz off the corner, and the pass sails wide. Bring up 4th down, decision time, and it looks like they will punt to kind of stretch that field for the Rams. Of course, that last punt, I think, probably netted about 15.
You're being generous, Steve.
I'm trying to be, and that Xavier Simpson is back for the Rams.
Xavier Simpson has been itching to get his hands on one of these punts. This might not be such a bad idea to punt another one 15 yards, because I just feel like if he gets the ball,
could be trouble, huh?
The crowd, yes. Let's see.
Corey with the kick. High kick. Again, Dylan Peter takes a Rams bounce all the way to the 50, and they'll be down at the 50, and they'll stop the clock with 15 seconds. Rams, they still have, I think they have 2 more timeouts. Or timeouts looks like, I don't, the scoreboard I think could be wrong.
Again, another short punt. I think part of that is, again, you're being a little bit concerned about kicking it to Simpson. And the punter is just sort of shanking it with that in mind, that maybe I don't want to kick it to him.
Right.
Another weapon right there, Again, these are the little things we talk about that win you football games.
So Johnson, still limping out onto the field. Bynum is flanking. Rams got that defense spread out a bit.
Yes. Can we get King on this one-on-one?
Again, another look off. Pass intended for number 9. It just didn't quite get there, and that was Koenig.
I think the Rams will probably go back to that a couple of times. They're playing, the Crusaders are playing a cover 1, and so if you're the only safety back there, you're going to shade towards King's way most of the time. And now they're able to come backside. They've been looking for that backside.
And they're bringing those linebackers up,
Yeah.
To kind of threaten the blitz, but they're really not going. They're kind of getting sucked in, and then they back out of it.
Yeah, they went cover.
Yeah, they
2.
stayed back further this time. Johnson throws it away. Actually, probably not a bad idea, as he got hit with 3 seconds left. Gives the opportunity for one more play before the half.
Hey, you take your time out.
You
can't
think it over.
Yeah. You can't take it to the locker room with you. Come out, you throw the Hail Mary.
Yeah, got to give him some time. We've seen quite an arm already.
And we know that they have playmakers at the receiver. Riley Williams, Jordan King. We've already seen Xavier Simpson make a great catch. We've been talking about Zach Grisham.
Right.
So they have a lot of playmakers out there. There's trends in football, and one of the trends now is to not throw the Hail Mary, but instead let the defense go deep and you throw one underneath and see if your running back can pick up a few blocks and take it the rest of the way.
It all comes down to that protection, though.
Absolutely.
They got kind of bunched down here at the bottom.
And one-on-one up top.
He's got some time. Good backside protection. And they're going to fling it down there, and that is looks like it's intercepted in the half. So that was hauled in, looks like by number 17 for the Crusaders, Bennett Smith. So 2 interceptions tonight for Johnson, none of which really amounted to anything for the Crusaders. So as they head into halftime, again, want to welcome all the Jesuit and Ram fans for what really is a treat to see these athletes being able to play. albeit it's a short season and preparation was, not normal. So, but we're here tonight. We apologize for the audio difficulties in the first quarter. Also apologize for some of the name butchering. We're going to huddle up, James and I, and get the Rinkin family all figured out because there's Matthew and Michael. We're going to get that figured out, get that taken care of. We are going to get the stats to deliver beginning of the third quarter. And again, welcome to Ram TV. And on behalf of James and I, will be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you. So we're back here at Hillsborough Stadium, getting ready to start the second half with the Crusaders and the Rams. Rams up 21-0. A little stat action there from Chuck Blickel. And for Central Catholic in the second quarter, 28 yards on 7 carries. It was Zach Grisham carrying the load with 4 carries for 20 yards. Through the air, 116 yards on 10 for 17 passing. Jordan King, 2 catches for 31 yards for the contribution there. 2 penalties for 20 yards against the Rams. Jesuit Crusaders running in the second quarter, 70 yards on 17 carries. The leading rusher was Michael Rinkin with 8 carries for 32 yards. And through the air, 60 yards for Lewis, 5 for 13 passing, 34 yards total. Number 9 for the Crusaders. 1 catch for 34 yards, which was notable in the second quarter. So, James, it's Jesuit. 21-0 really doesn't mean a lot when you got such a powerhouse program over there.
Yes, and like we mentioned earlier in the second quarter, it's about making adjustments. And we know that Coach Potter is one of the best at making adjustments. We'll see what he does here in the second half. And I'm sure he has something up his sleeve.
Always something up the sleeve, so never can count them out. So again, abbreviated season this year. We're going to be total of 6 games allowed for the football season. There'll be no playoffs, but again, what a great opportunity for these athletes to get out and play. Many have worked a lifetime to basically get to this stage. It may be the last time they have the opportunity to play football. So it really is kind of a blessing to see them out there and competing.
Absolutely. You would hate to see them lose their opportunity to play. And we know that sports is more than just about competition. There's so much that you learn from playing in team sports. And to think that some of these students would not have been able to do that, in particular the seniors, it really would have been devastating.
Absolutely. So the Rams will receive the second half kickoff. Looks like we've got Xavier Simpson back there and Zach Grisham, 2 weapons that were on display in the first half. Kickoff will take a bounce. Looks like Simpson will pick it up.
He's going to get his chance.
Wow, able to get some pretty fancy yards there, out to about the 35-yard line. Really operating on the sideline, difficult, but able to squeeze out what he could, and that'll be 1st and 10 where the Rams will take over. Again, we got Luke Johnson, who's been starting quarterback for Central Catholic. As we mentioned earlier, a tall drink of water, your words, not mine, 6'7", 190 pounds.
And he played well in the first half. There was a couple overthrows and all that, but these are first game jitters, first game in a year, so you can expect some of that. But again, I'm looking at, does he have command of the offense? Is he looking at the wide receiver, the right receivers, things of that nature.
Oh, they're going to go deep early, and that ball overthrows. Looks like it was intended there for Jordan King. A little too much mustard on that and sailed, nearly intercepted.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. The ball sailed on him a little bit. Jordan couldn't make the adjustment. We've seen in the first half he made a great adjustment to a ball in the end zone. That time he just couldn't seem to pick it up. And again, Luke had to get that ball out of his hand pretty fast because of that pressure that we've talked about.
You know, the Rams really sticking to passing in that second quarter. 17 pass attempts in the second quarter. Only 7 attempts on the ground. Just on a read option. And actually the handoff does go. I mean, when you consider that there are no fans here, there's a lot of noise out there right now.
Right, you know, and right now the football players are serving as the fans and the football players, you know. You know, my basketball team that I coach at De La Salle, we have a motto is we all we got, we all we need. And this is one of these situations where you are all you have. So
that's
you
right.
gotta bring your own noise. And we've seen the Rams did it well in the first half, and they play with a lot of momentum, a lot of excitement, and now you can see the Crusaders trying to match that here in the second half. The mask
That's going. And
referee.
So, right. That's got to be hard, you know, to blow a whistle with a mask. You know, that was the first carry there for Gavin Jackson. First time we've seen him. Big rush there. Oh, able to get away. I have no idea how. But not much there. That Jesuit defense was showing a little bit something more in the second half than they did in the first, and brings up 4th down. Looks like Sappington will come out as the kicker. So kind of a statement there for the Crusaders.
Absolutely.
You know?
Exactly what they needed. They could not come out of that second half and let the Rams go down and score. So we can see that coach has made some adjustments, if nothing else, on the defensive side. And now it's time for Coach Pine to show the adjustments that he's made on his defensive side.
That's quite a deep punt formation. It does take a bounce. I mean, he seems like he's 15 yards back. That's kind of a short kick. Takes a Rams bounce and a roll about the 38-yard line. And that's where Jesuit will take over. So we'll see what adjustments they made on the other side of the ball as well, because the defense seemed to come out with a little bit more intensity.
Exactly. You know, on that punt, you know, usually when the ball bounces, everyone on they yell, Peter, get away.
Yeah.
It sounded like they were yelling, Steve. So
I don't think so.
Yeah, you know. Like, get away, Steve.
I get that a lot, right? Yep. All right. I'm going to start calling you Bill Walton. I mean, you're starting to go Bill Walton on me. And off over the right side. Rinkin back there again. Looks like number 20. Michael Rinkin on the carry. Pickup of, we'll call that about 3.
I like how he hits the hole. He hits that hole hard. He's not spending a lot of time in the backfield dancing around. He's taking what the defense gives him. And, you know, it's like a one-cut runner. Gets into that gap and sees what he can do.
Again, over the left side, Rams, good penetration there, but Rinkin able to pop it outside. Oh, he has some room, and I think that's going to be 6. No flags on the play. Finding a crease, taking advantage of it, and that'll be 6 for the Crusaders. Actually, great penetration by the Rams, but weren't able to seal the deal.
Yes, Winston got in there, was right there. He had him in his hands, but he was not able to wrap him all the way up. And it looks like the Rams defense may have sort of let up a little bit, thinking that he was going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And Rinkin, like we just talked about, he keeps moving. He hits that hole hard and turns it into a big play for the Crusaders.
The flag comes out.
Oh, and there's an injury. Oh,
Somebody got a little shaken up there.
Let's hope it's not serious. This is what you don't want to see.
No.
You know, coaches talked about it. They want to keep their kids healthy from the COVID, but also from injuries.
Yeah, that was one of the concerns coming into tonight. were they conditioned enough? But, they're kids too, and so they're pretty resilient anyway.
There is no foul on the play. The play was dead when the holder pitched the ball with his knee on the ground.
So as the attention goes to a player on the field, the referee just explained that that 2-point conversion did not count.
Okay.
So they did the fake extra point, but the holder, once he caught the snap, he touched the ground with the ball first before he made the pitch.
Oh, gotcha.
In high school and college football, once the ball hits the ground, it is no longer a live ball.
Good call out, James. So, yeah, the Crusaders, quite a statement there, right? Coming out of halftime. 3 and out for the Rams, and Crusaders, a long run there by Rinkin, and, gives us pause a little bit as Rams fans.
Yeah, but you mentioned it, the Crusaders, a good program. They're not going to go away, and they came out, made a nice statement, but I would imagine that the Rams are going to answer back with their own statement. And this is what high school sports is about. You see that there's an injury on the field, and both players are taking a knee in respect.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt with these two teams in particular, someone is praying. And it's really about sportsmanship and again, the opportunity to play and compete.
Absolutely. You talked about praying. It's a great segue because Central Catholic, and I'm sure the Jesuit fans know as well, Monsignor Murphy has been really an iconic figure for Central Catholic. He just turned 82 this week, so congratulations to Monsignor Murphy at 82. And really, considering his energy, he's like the youngest 82-year-old that I've really ever met. So,
yes, happy birthday.
Yeah, terrific man. He's a terrific man. Done a lot for the school and the community.
Exactly, and just think, in a couple more years, he'll catch you.
All right. Again, you're going all Bill Walton on me. So, it won't be long. You'll have the collage up against the back of the booth, and,
Do we have a name for the young man who's...
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Dirksen coming off the field. Wish him well.
Absolutely.
Senior. He's a senior who kind of holds down that offense and defensive line. So kind of reset here. Crusaders not able to convert on the extra point. And they'll be kicking off. Again, another short kick. Let's see, that was number 10. That's Jack Benison falling on that. And the Rams will take over in fairly good field position as they spot the ball on the 32-yard line.
We mentioned earlier about how the kickoff returns are basically a big part of any high school team's offense when you have weapons back there. And as you see right here, the Crusaders decided that they were just going to short pooch kick it and not put it in the hands of Simpson or Grisham.
Right.
And they'll take their chances with a short field.
So Johnson and Bynum in the backfield. Ooh, snaps on the ground, big rush, and really Johnson had no chance. Really no chance. I think that was number 43 who made the first hit. Spencer McKelligan.
Yeah, that low snap, that ball skidded across the ground. Like you said, there's no chance for Johnson to make a play. He made a good play just picking it up and then holding on to it after the tackle.
So that defense playing inspired now for Jesuit. 2nd and 15. And they come with the blitz. Little stunt there. Set up the screen. Has some room. Is Bynum. Bynum Might get enough for a first down, bounces it outside, and I think he does. Great play calling there as Jesuit have kind of pinned their ears back and kind of coming at Johnson and really set up that screen very nicely.
Right, that was a perfect play call. You know, play calls are nothing without the right timing. And that was a perfect time for that play call right there. You knew that the Crusaders had been coming, they had gotten pressure, and you just use that momentum against them, hit them with a screen pass, pick up the first down.
Luke Johnson standing in the pocket, taking the hit as he delivered that screen pass. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Rams. Bynum gets it off the left side and almost slipped a tackle. We've got a flag coming out, and that's in holding territory. And Bynum checks out. Grisham checks in for him. And they'll walk that off against the Rams.
Now Grisham checks out.
Holding, offense number 81. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And Gavin Jackson checks in there. So bottom of your screen, you got Jordan King looking to the sidelines, trying to get a read on the play call here. Along with 34, Sloan Sanders. It'll be first down at about 20.
Situations like this, you try to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. I would not be surprised if you're looking for Jordan King on this type of play.
Come with the blitz too. Johnson able to get away, trying to get King. King circles back, trying to go for the ball, and the ball kind of hung up there. And you know, King probably fortunate that the defender getting his head around, because I think the defender was in a better place to get that.
Yeah, Jordan King, once again, he's able to track that ball. It's almost like he maybe played center field at some point in his life, and he's really trying to make it. He's trying to make great plays on now, tracking that football, and he's done it a couple times.
Right. So I'll bring 2nd and 20. Showing blitz with the Crusaders. And they come with it. They hand it off. Another flag comes out. See what that flag is as they move it. It's likely going to be a holding. Hand off there to Gavin Jackson.
You know, holding is often a sign of fatigue.
It really is, yeah.
And we know that these players are wearing a mask. They have to play with the mask on. They haven't had their normal summer of workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So I can imagine fatigue is going to play a big factor in this second half.
During the run, holding on the offense, number 51. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
So it looks like, you know, with that distance to go for the Rams, Jesuit declines the penalty, takes the down, and bring up 3rd down and over 20 yards. They come with the blitz. High snap to Johnson. Little out route. Oh, has some room. They'll pick up the first down. That's Jackson.
Yeah.
And somehow, you know, he got enough space and took advantage of that opportunity. And really, Rams getting out of a big jam there on that play by Jackson.
Nice play right there. Nice play by Jackson. Nice catch and run. You know, we talked about routes. You know, route combinations are what helps receivers get open. Jordan King took 2 with him across the middle, sort of on a shallow cross, and that enabled Jackson to have that whole side of the field to work.
Johnson keeps it and actually throws out of that. Kind of the run pass option there.
Yes, it was a run-pass option, and then the option became only pass.
Exactly, as Simpson hauls that in and picks up about 8.
And a nice heads-up play. Again, those are the things that I'm looking at when I'm looking at a quarterback starting in his first game or the first game of the season, and he seems to have control and command over the plays and the offense.
Johnson again going deep, can't quite get there. It's a long way. I think that was intended for Sanders. I'll strike that number 24. Looks like Broadus. Miles Broadus.
Young Miles, yeah. I think the route, the quarterback threw the ball a little bit sooner than Miles was looking for it, and just not a sweet connection right there. But it does look like something they can come back to.
Right. So 3rd and short for the Rams. You got Bynum there with Luke Johnson. And flag comes out.
That back judge is usually the delay of game.
Red ball foul, delay game offense number 12. 5-yard penalty, down remains 3.
Yeah, that hurts when you're 3rd and short and you had a little more options in your playbook.
That was a fast 25 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but it really did seem, but you know. You got Jordan King at the bottom of your screen. You're bringing that safety over. Bynum with the run. Ooh, just that hole closed so quick. That'll bring up 4th down. Rams quickly up to the ball. 4th and about 6. Johnson trying to hit. Oh. They could hit him in the hands, and King could not hold on. So the Crusaders, with another stand, able to turn back central and take over on downs with an opportunity here to close it to 1 score.
Yeah, Jordan King, he's mad at himself. He doesn't miss too many of those. That ball was right in his hands. Another good throw by Johnson, and he just couldn't squeeze it.
Lewis at quarterback. He's got Michael Rinkin in the backfield. And their fullback is number 22. That is Noah Staley. He's a senior, 6 foot 190. And the Crusaders start at the 32-yard line. Pitch to the outside. And hard running there by Rinkin. Holes opening up a little bit more, and you talked a little bit about the fatigue thing.
And that's one thing about Jesuit. They've been consistent for years, and it's really been based on that run game. They're not going to waver from it. They are, as we say, they're going to do what they do.
Again, off the right side, another hole. And again, a nice pickup there by Rinkin again.
There's a lot of their scheme is based on wearing down the opponents. Where in other situations you would see teams come out, start trying to pass the ball and do things that they're not good at. Not the Crusaders. They are going to stick with that run game and either win or lose with it.
And history tells you they're pretty successful with it, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, again, a fake the pitch and an inside handoff. Well executed play. That's rewindable at some point. as Darius Mims peels off quite a run there all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was some good execution. As you've seen Darius Mims, as he's 25 yards down the field, he still has 3 blockers out in front of him.
Yeah, right, yeah. And some people still trying to figure out where the ball is.
Absolutely. There's a couple people out there that's lost his last year's Easter eggs.
And they go back to the ground over the left side. Rinkin again, big run, and really actually delivering the hit there. Kind of, leveled the boom on Rose. It's going to be first down to the 6-yard line. You really get a sense that the tide has turned in the Crusaders' favor.
I remember us talking a lot about this last year in high school football being played a lot on momentum. Is based on a lot of momentum, and right now the Crusaders have all the momentum. The Rams need a big stop.
Again, right up the middle. And the Rams stuffed that after about a 2-yard gain again. Looks like Michael Rinkin again on the carry.
You can see a lot of players on both sides of the ball, hands on their hips, trying to get that second wind. Down in the trenches is when that fatigue factor really starts to kick in.
And then it goes, kind of into that mental game too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So here we go, 2nd down and goal for the Crusaders. And sticking on the ground. Rams did a nice job of really stuffing that play. Hole opened up, but it closed up quickly. Did not get the number, but I will say, it was really cool to see the sportsmanship there as Solomon McDaniel helps up Rinkin off the ground.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of respect amongst the teams. We're going to come at you with all we got, hit you hard, and then help pick you back up and do it all over again.
So we got 3rd and goal, and the Ram sidelines really trying to inspire that defense. Flag comes out, and we got a penalty on the flag. Probably false start, I would imagine, based on them shutting the play down. And it is, so the Rams get the benefit of 5 yards.
You know what else is new? I guess maybe it's to this year. Maybe it's a pandemic rule or whatnot, but if you take a look at the teams, previous years, you've only been able to go to the 25 or to the 30, but both teams are all the way down to the 10-yard line. The guys on the sideline.
I did not notice that. That's true.
They are down there able to cheer your teammates on, and again, usually you're only allowed to get to the 30 or maybe the 25. But now when you are your own crowd, I guess they allow you to get a little closer to the action.
Lewis on the pass, tipped and will fall incomplete on 3rd and goal. Great play by the Rams defense, and now they're starting to play inspired.
Absolutely. There's more Ram players in that pass route than there were Crusaders. And it was just sort of a who's going to get it, and a couple tipped balls and the ball fell to the ground. But again, the Rams now have the momentum back. That one big stop that they got up the middle when they held Rinkin for a loss of yards.
And Rinkin just ran off the field.
He's in double back.
So Lewis is going to roll, gets a rush, throws it to the end zone, and knocked away at the last minute. How about that play? That was Malik Rose coming over to break that up really at the last minute. And the Rams take over on downs. Big stop for the Rams.
Big stop for the Rams. Just when it looked like all was lost and the Crusaders was turning this thing around, Malik Rose makes that stop there on 4th down. And that play looked like it was going to go for 6. And Malik comes out of nowhere and knocks the ball out of his hands. Great stance by the Central Catholic Rams. And it's good to see the big fella back. Dirksen is back on the field. He's got a brace on that
Number
leg.
77. Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
That is
great.
the senior
news.
able to get back out there.
Man.
Johnson and Bynum in the back. And we got another delay of game call against the Rams.
That's Dirksen a little bit late getting onto the field. I'm sure is a little bit apprehensive, and he didn't know if this was his turn and whatnot. He's got a new knee brace, so I give him that. We're just happy to see him out on the field. I know he feels good to be able to be out there for his team.
So out of their own end zone. Oh, good deal to get that pass away. That was great penetration by the Crusaders. And, again, I got to call that sportsmanship. James Lewis for Crusaders helping Luke Johnson up after that play. So it's a class act.
He was in that backfield really, really fast.
He was.
He was in there.
I'm really glad Johnson got it away. Bynum with the hole up the middle and just running straight up the field. You like to see that. Just getting the yards while you can. It'll bring up third and about 2 for the Rams.
Yes. Another great play. That inside handoff at that time, that is a great play call. Good execution.
Rams quickly back on the ball. And read option. Actually, Johnson will keep it enough for the first down. And the Rams really able to get out from the shadow of their goalpost.
You said it. I mean, in that right there, that's a win. That's a win when you're in this type of a game. Just get the ball out of the shadows of your goal post. That's a win at this point. Anything else is just a bonus.
Johnson back to pass, going to go.
Mm-hmm.
He's got, nice adjustment there as they get Jordan King. He's really able to adjust his body so quickly on these pass routes.
If he didn't play center field at some point in his life, then I don't know what the coach was doing.
It's like the Rams trying to capitalize on the momentum quickly up onto the ball. And then they move King to the top of the screen now.
And why don't you go? You may go right back to him.
Bynum on the right side. Good penetration there by the Crusaders. Number 43 on the tackle. Spencer McElligan called his name a few times tonight.
Let me rewind that back a little bit. Jordan King, if you remember, he dropped the ball on the last drive. He dropped the ball that he should have caught. By all accounts, yeah. I'm sure he's going to say that. The thing that I appreciate is he came to the sideline. He kept playing with this football. Then he had his quarterback throwing him passes through the whole time that the defense was on there. They were on the side playing catch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so now when you come back out here and whoever thinks that hard work doesn't pay off, they don't actually know Jordan King because he gets right back out there and that ball come. It wasn't a perfect pass, but he has made the adjustment and the catch. As a coach myself, that's the type of stuff that I love to see.
Right. Differentiation, right? He didn't sulk. He went right back at it, right?
Absolutely. And he came over on the side and worked on it. That's what makes good players great.
So that'll take us to the fourth quarter as they get reset. We'll reset 21-6. The third quarter was exciting. The Crusaders came out, kind of made that statement early, trying to take the game back and the momentum back. And really, were it not for kind of that goal line stand for the Rams, this would be a much different game. They captured that momentum back. They're trying to get the chains lined up. And we're underway. So second and 15. Thanks, Chuck. Pass over middle.
Jordan King once again on that slant route.
Yeah, and almost enough for a first down. Looks like they'll spot it about 2 yards short. Chuck Bucco coming over here with the stats. We got some Central Catholic stats. 27 yards, or excuse me, 27 carries for 170 yards. I'm going to set this aside for now. And that is offsides.
3rd and short. You change up that snap count.
Enough for the first down.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment defense. Number 62.
It's a great call. Again, you recognize that Jesuit has to try to make a play defensively. You got 3rd and short. See if you can get the cheap one.
Get the cheap one. Actually kind of a rare, Jesuit, rare mental mistake there, right? But it's early in the season. You talked about the fatigue, and you don't see that very often with a disciplined team like that. Once again, out to the flat. I think they may have found a target for tonight. They're cheating over to cover him too.
Oh, yeah.
So he's still able to find some space to get open. Going to bring up 2nd and 5.
What I like is he catches the ball with his hands. He doesn't let it get to his body. He catches the ball with his hands. And Johnson is doing a good job of just putting it on him and letting him make the play.
Gavin Jackson in the backfield now with Johnson. Jesuit really bring the folks up into the box. They come with everybody. And Johnson able to get away, but it'll come up short, trying to hit Jalen Ridgway. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Pressure up the middle. Pressure up the middle is any quarterback's worst enemy. The great Tom Brady, he doesn't handle pressure up the middle very well either. Well, I won't say he doesn't handle it very well. I can't say he doesn't handle anything very well.
Yeah, he's able to work with it a little bit better than most, I think. 3rd down, and Jesuit jumps off sides, and I think that'll move the chains.
Scoop, there it is.
Encroachment defense number 8. 5 yards. Result of which is a first down.
Mylan Jones checking in. The offensive line position. And that is enough for the Central first down. And they'll spot the ball at the 26. 4th quarter, clock coming into play now. The Crusaders need a stop here, just because they're running out of time. Jones will swing pass out here. Grisham with a nice pickup there of about 8 yards. Brought down. Looks like that was Bodario.
See, I like this Zach Grisham guy. He's like the Swiss Army knife. I don't know if you remember old Cordell Stewart. I used to call him Slash.
Swiss Army.
Yeah,
Something like that. I can't even say it, so I'm not going to argue with you. Should be 2nd down. There we go. Now we get to flip the sign. Get that figured out. Strider Todd Fields gets to the top of your screen, and Jordan King, and looks like Xavier Simpson up there. A lot of weapons at the top.
This is a tough guard right here.
Yeah, a little short inside route again to King, and that'll be enough for the first down. They'll spot the ball about the 10-yard line.
Anytime you put King in that slot position, it opens up the field, because now he basically has a 2-way goal, and the defense has to honor him. Somebody is going to be open.
So 1st and goal. Pass on the inside, coming to the other side, and a touchdown. That is Strider Todd Fields. Just a little quick hitter there, and he was open going away from King, and Todd Fields puts up 6.
Nice move, nice route. He got open with his feet, and all he had to do was just create a little bit of space, and Johnson puts the ball right there in his hands. Good footwork.
Monaghan with the PAT. And that's good. They're perfect on the night from the kicking side. Both of those seniors really doing quite well on the kicking side of things. So Rams go up 28-6 and really blunt a assault there from the Crusaders. Well, we kind of really had us reconsidering the outcome.
Right. It took that one big stop, and now the momentum is back on the Rams side. And, the sideline that you're hearing again now is the Rams. For a while there, we were hearing the Crusader sidelines, but now all that noise is coming from the Rams side.
But I think you'll agree, James, it's less kind of about the score. I think it's more about the opportunity for these athletes to get out and play, many of which kind of wrapping up their senior season. So,
yes, absolutely. That's what it's about, giving them the opportunity to play. In a time when it didn't look like it was going to happen, and now they're out here and they're playing, they're having fun, they're competing. And I will say this, once you get out there, though, for kids, they want to win.
They want to win, right. But, we're also seeing sportsmanship, people helping each other up. And, I think kind of the setback kind of changes your perspective on the game a bit, too.
Yes.
As they're returning out to about the 25-yard line.
It's good to see, because there's always been this sort of misconception about these two teams not liking each other and it being a battle and all that. And as you can see, they just respect each other in the game.
Absolutely.
And they will play hard. They will try to win because it is a contest. And then they will show sportsmanship, help each other up. I remember last year, I think the cheerleaders did something together.
Right.
It's a great rivalry, but a respectful rivalry.
A little fake pitch, going to go deep over the middle, has a man wide open. And great defensive play to prevent the touchdown. That was Rose on the stop, but Marcus Johnson for Jesuit able to get that crease down the middle, and Lewis, nice pass dropping it in there.
Absolutely, dropped it in the bucket. That's one of those plays where everything has to go right, and it did. You had an inside fake handoff, a fake pitch, and then a pass down the field.
First down. Rincon there with the pitch to the right. Rams able to shut him down after a short gain.
Yeah, that was one of those things we talked about earlier, just a meeting at the ball carrier.
Yeah,
that was a lot of Ram players right around that ball carrier.
I think Benison there was kind of the one that initiated it. So pickup of about 3. 7:30. The clock really becoming the Crusaders' enemy at this point. Lewis looking to pass. Has some time. He keeps it. Runs around the outside. He get down to about the 19-yard line. Enough for a first down. Stop the clock. And again, class act there. Everyone working together. I think that's Jack Brown helping Lewis up. So.
Marion Winston again on the tackle, coming from the weak side all the way across the field to make the tackle. Marion has a brother who played for Oregon, had a brother that went to USC, and now here he is, again, another early commit to the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, a lot of talent there. You wonder what they talk about on the holidays, right?
Absolutely. I'm sure it's not a lot of talking. These are some big fellas.
Right,
sure
Rincon over the left side. Nice pick up there, about 8 yards. clock continues to run.
It's good to see the cheerleaders out here.
Right. Well, yeah, everyone's been kind of cooped up, you know, not really able to get out and do their thing. So you're right. Yeah, nice run up the middle. Not enough for a first down, it appears. And they'll mark the ball at about the, we'll call it the 11-yard line. So third and really less than a yard.
And Mael Jones in the backfield really fast right there. Back there, slowed that whole play up. He didn't actually make the tackle, but he slowed it up in there. And he's been making some big plays. And I think as the season goes on, he's going to continue to get better. A product of Whitaker Warrior football.
Full house backfield, open up a big hole, enough for a first down, stop the clock, and the Crusaders will have a first and goal with 5:14 left in the game.
Last time they were in this goal line in the red zone, the Rams were able to come up with a big stop and pretty much change the game back into their favor. Now let's see if they can do this again.
Right, I will say the sideline's a bit more subdued this time. Maybe thinking they have this in the bag.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as much of an intense moment as it was earlier.
Working again over the right side. Picks up a few. We'll spot the ball just inside the 5-yard line. It'll be second down.
A lot of personnel moving in and out. Again, this is a part of the game where a couple things happen where you start getting other players playing time. And as we mentioned, that fatigue factor starts to set in, or has already set in.
Right. Lewis with the pass. It looks like the ball is tipped. And that will fall incomplete. I think the intended receiver there was number 18, which I think is Matthew Rinkin.
That's one of those if it woulda plays.
Yep, exactly.
If he would have went that way, then he would have caught the ball.
Yeah, woulda, should.
If it woulda.
So third down and goal. You talked about the goal line stand just moments ago. Rams come up. Oh boy. That was quite the sack there. Really untouched. I think that was Jacob Smith.
Or was that Jack Brown?
Was that number 8 there?
Looked like number 2.
He came so fast that the letters or the numbers blur.
Right, I know that's what Tatum Lewis is saying too. What number was that? Who was
exactly.
that?
He came on a dead sprint, really untouched. Fourth down.
Whoever it was, he had, and as I look again, that looks like it was Jack Brown. He came.
Oh wow,
man.
Coming off the edge there, and yeah, like you said, Lewis really didn't have time to react. By the time he realized he was there, he's in his face.
Yeah, all he could do was scream at that point.
Yeah, quite a drop for quite a loss. So I think from the 5 all the way down to about the 14. And I'll bring up fourth down. Be quite impressive to get another stop against a very talented Jesuit team.
Right. And I know that coaches have been saying that, there's not going to be a whole lot of film study and things like that after this because it's more about just getting the opportunity to play. But I think that's going to go out the window. If you hold a Jesuit team to 2 goal line stops, you're showing that film.
Yeah.
You're watching that film. And I know there's no state championships, but for all coaches everywhere, your first goal is to win your league, to win your league title. And there's still a league title to be won.
So 4th and goal, ball about the the 17-yard line. Lewis back to pass, has a man open. It falls incomplete. And yeah, it'll turn over on downs. Nice job there by the Rams. Another stop inside, inside the red zone there for the Rams. Impressive defensive stand.
Very impressive defensive stand. That was one of those moments where the Crusader coaches talked about know your assignments, limit the mistakes. The receiver they needed 12. He ran a 4-yard route. He wasn't going to get there if they had caught it.
Yeah, they're looking for the run after catch, but you got to catch it first.
The rack yards.
And it looks like that's bottom there. Stays in bounds. Clock will continue to run. We will have some additional Ram broadcasts throughout the season. I don't think we do this next week. I think we're 2 weeks out, right, James?
Yes.
Keep track of the Central High School website or Oregon Sports Beat. Oregon Sports Beat. Oregon Sports Beat. They will have upcoming programming there as well.
Man, I'm so happy it's football season. Hubby's so happy. I am so happy that we're back on the air. This is great.
It is great. Quite a treat, really, to watch high school football, no matter what time of year. High snap. And ball's flying. Flag comes out, and, there's a lot going on there. But, the Crew Newman was quarterback, and it kind of rolled around back there. But I got to give credit, and I think he's going to get called for a penalty. But Ryan Dirksen, who went out with an injury, he was the one that was able to get back on the ball at the end of that play.
Well, who was it I'm trying to see out there? It looks like Bynum. He saved it from going into the end zone, so he threw it back into the field of play instead of it getting caught for a safety. But
you may not be old enough to know, but have you ever heard of the fumble Rooski?
The fumble Rooski.
That was a bit of the fumble Rooski.
Yes.
Right there. And
but what is the flag on that? I don't know. What do you call?
I think you can't advance because they're trying to.
Forward pass by number 20. That penalty is enforced half the distance from the spot of the foul. Lost it down.
So illegal advancement, I think. Is that what he said?
He said illegal forward pass. So basically, yes.
So that's the rub.
So but it's a fumble. So if he would have knocked it on the ground,
but see, he would have had to fall on it, which would have made it safety. So he's trying to avoid the safety.
Right. So I don't. But I don't confess to know all the rules, but it just sort of seems odd that would be considered an illegal pass. The ball is rolling around on the ground. And,
Anyway, so we digress.
Yeah. Will you check that out and have an answer for me next game?
Next, I thought you'd want it by the end of the game. You're always asking for so much. What is that, Chuck? Okay. Okay, so timeout with the Rams there. Everyone's kind of trying to regroup. We got something, it just seems to kind of get turned into a hot mess there at the goal line trying to figure things out.
Timeout.
Okay, so we got timeout, Central Catholic, 1:53 left. And they are, they're basically on their own goal line. Rams really, you talk about the run-pass balance. Chuck came in with the stats. And, earlier I had mentioned it was pretty balanced. Well, now not even close. The Rams so far running 11 carries to 31 passing in the quarter. So they kind of found their rhythm, and they stuck with it. Where kind of the flip side of the coin, Jesuit 31 carries and then the passing 19. So kind of a tale of two approaches.
Right. We know that Jesuit likes to run the ball, and that's what they, that's what they hang their hat on. And win or lose with it, they're going to do it. It looks like Central recognize that this game it may be easier to pass just because it's less involved.
Yeah, you talked about the blocking scheme, and right. I want to thank Chuck Blickel giving us the stats to the game. Again, there's that pass. The fall is incomplete. Kind of for Xavier Simpson. So that'll be third. Let's see. Third and what are we looking at? About 22, or excuse me, fourth and about 22. When you're on your own goal line, this is where, I'm really good at play calling. I would punt from here.
Would you have to call a timeout and think about it?
Right. Exactly.
Did I tell you about my punting career?
No, you haven't. You haven't shared. I'm sure the audience would like to hear it.
Yeah, it's high school football, Jefferson High School, proud graduate, 1987 Democrats. I was on the sideline. Our punter got hurt, and I primarily played defense, linebacker.
Yeah. So
And
they
now
said
it's like,
Broadus.
Broadus.
Oh no.
Yes, it was 4th and 45.
Okay, I like where this is going because something's going to happen.
Yes, exactly. So I get back there. I've watched a lot of football games. I know that you're supposed to catch the ball and kick it.
That's
with your foot.
That's what punters do. Yeah.
The center snapped it over my head. So now as I'm running back to receive the ball, I pick the ball up, turn around, and everybody on Madison's football team is right in my face. The cheerleaders, the principal, the cooks, they were all right there. And
oh boy,
let's just say I was happy to get up.
Oh boy, that's something out of the movies, really. We talked a lot about the players tonight, and the preparation going into this. How about the song and cheer group down there on the sidelines tonight? They are here as well, able to cheer and participate in this as well. So I think it's a benefit in more places than just the football field. So it's great to have those folks out there as well.
Absolutely. And they're dedicated to what they do just as much as the football players are. And big shout out to them.
What do you think? This place would be a lot quieter without them, I'll tell you that. And so it's great to have them here to kind of lift the spirit. Otherwise, it's almost like, I don't know. It's real quiet. How's that?
Well, again, to me, it's another indicator of why sports are important here at high school, at the high school level in particular. There's a lot of people that weren't in favor of kids playing, but it's more than just playing a game. And as you can see, the cheerleaders are having a great time. The cheer squad.
And run over the left side, pick up of about 1. That was their fullback Staley on the carry.
Shuffling in and out of players, letting players get some experience out here on the football field.
Yeah, Jesuit brought in another quarterback, Matt Irwin. And he'll get a chance to pass. Knocked away there. Couple Rams defenders. It looked like Strider Todd Fields out there, a little bit regretful that he wasn't able to haul that one in.
Yeah, Zach Gresham is out there again. He's all over the field. Has an opportunity to intercept it. They both have an opportunity to intercept it, and neither one of them intercepted. So they're playing some good defense, and you've seen Jack Brown again come off the edge and give the quarterback a.
Yeah, I think that was him on that blitz that broke up that play early, a 4th down. Another pass opportunity there. The referees will stop that. Matt Irwin dropping back to give him a couple of opportunities to throw the ball. Maybe see what his arm can do.
Dead ball foul. Delay game number 14. 5 yards only. Repeat the down.
Gee whiz, then they call the delay game. They blame it on the quarterback. They just, that's cold-blooded.
Yeah, right. It's not all his fault, right?
It's not all my fault. This is delay game number 14. Gee. Just out here trying to do my job.
Exactly.
Mr. Official.
You know, I gotta mention, Matt. He's a freshman, 5'11", 180 pounds.
Oh yeah, this is good experience for him
Yeah,
right
it
now.
is. Pass across the middle, and that one is intercepted.
That's Miles.
Miles Broadus trying to tiptoe down the sidelines, still on his feet.
Oh.
Breaks away, and he will go. He will go the distance. Holy smokes. Miles Broadus. Unbelievable play.
Wow, can you believe that?
That was about an 80-yarder, right?
Yes, indeed, and tiptoed down the sideline like you said with the spin move. He didn't want to go down.
Broadus, that's got to be some relation to you.
Absolutely.
I mean, good thing he's not punting.
Oh, yes. Live it up, young fella. Live it up, young fella.
That is fantastic. That is going to be on the highlight reel in the Broadus household, probably Thanksgivings and Christmas.
Man.
You'll be seeing that for decades.
Yeah, it makes my little pick six the one time in my career look like chewing gum.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about tiptoeing down the sidelines.
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing all that. Nice play there.
Kicking up is good. Kicking really good tonight. Really, there's some lapses throughout the games, but the Rams really able to kind of maintain and really stop the assault that we had expected from Jesuit with a couple goal line stands. So credit to that defense as well. Really great opportunity. 32 seconds left. Want to really thank the Jesuit fans and the Ram fans for joining us tonight. Like I mentioned before, it is a special treat to have high school football. Albeit abbreviated season, not a lot of preparation, but again, the opportunity for these student athletes to get out there and compete.
Look at, you can see the excitement in the crowd. You can see the excitement. I mean, obviously there's going to be more enthusiasm on the Ram side today, but these kids getting the opportunity to do what they love is really special, priceless. You know, Miles is a 4.2 student as well.
GPA. That is impressive.
That is. Very impressed with him.
And that'll go through the end zone. Rincon there trying to maybe get an opportunity to haul it in, but again, that kicking team's been pretty strong tonight, unable to catch that gather. So 32 seconds left. Crusaders will take over at the 20.
These last 32 seconds, I would be surprised if they were really trying to move the ball down the field. At this point, it may just be let's get out of here without anybody getting injured.
Right, kind of put it in the books, if you will.
Missing a running back. Fullback.
Yeah, they were missing Staley there, their fullback. Rincon there with the few-yard gain. He's been busy tonight, a lot of work for him.
There was 10 players on the field at that time. And it's a great opening day.
Now, if you're a Rams fan, it certainly is. It certainly is. I want to thank Jim, Ryan with Oregon Sports Beat. They helped produce this program tonight.
Big shout out to Ryan.
They do a lot of work at here. Yeah, they make us look good, and that's hard to do. So, really, on behalf of everyone at Ram TV, I want to wish everyone well. Everyone stay safe. from Hillsborough Stadium on behalf of James Broaddus, the man, myth, the legend, and myself, Steve Acton, good night and God bless.